Hello, welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I am working on Scraplift Crafternoon. This is a weekly hop that I host here on my channel with my Scraplift Crafternoon tribe. There are now 11 of us. Anybody who is playing along this week will be linked up in that playlist below. So all you have to do is just click that playlist and go. That way you have the ease of just sitting back with a cup of coffee or tea or hot chocolate or whatever your beverage of choice is and just watch. This week we are scraplifting our friend Linda, the scrapbooking photographer. She has a beautiful Christmas layout, which I'm going to post up here in the corner for you so that you can get a good look at it. It's a very awesome layout. Kind of excited to scraplift this one. I will be using my Hidden Creek stuff, and I just have it all just piled up here, except for the 12 by 12 paper pad, which I set aside. So I'm going to use this as my background. I had started using it for, I think, Mix It Up Monday in February or March, and I put this on there and I didn't like it, so I ended up not using it. But I didn't want to throw it away, so I'm going to use this side of it. I do have my 8x8 paper pad. I have some Tim Holtz dies, and then a couple packages of the laser cuts, etc. I've got the whole collection sitting here. You might be wondering about these strips of paper. I'm taking Allison Davis's pattern play class on Facebook. I think it's too late to join it and purchase it now, but each week she has us cutting up pattern paper from mini paper pads or scraps, whatever your choice is, and making these very detailed layouts with them. And so those are left over from the last one I did. I didn't want to throw them away because it's a lot of strips left over. So anyway, that's what those are for. They're just in a Ziploc bag waiting. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to get started. I will be right back. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is play with some of these rub-ons. I haven't tried these rub-ons just yet, so I'm going to pick the top 3 from this piece. And I don't know if everybody does this, but I always cut them away from the rest of them because with my left hand resting on things when I do something like this, I have ruined many sets of rub-ons, so I always just cut them apart. That way I can get them where I want them and not ruin another one. That may just be a left-handed person thing. It could just be a Tara thing. I don't know, but that's how it is. So I will say that after using 49 and Market rub-ons, these are a slight disappointment. They don't go on as beautifully as 49 and Market ones do, and that's kind of a bummer. Once you get a hold of 49 and Market rub-ons, you want them all to work as lovely as they do. What I found with these is that I had to put a lot more pressure on them than I normally do with 49 and Market rub-ons. Not even just where I'm layering them over another rub-on, but in general, I really had to put a lot of pressure on them. In fact, my hand started hurting for the little amount of time, or in the little amount of time that it took me to do this. So, and you can see that I'm having to lay it back down to get the parts of it back on there. It's really, they do work, and for the most part, they came off well. I just was surprised at the amount of pressure that I had to put on, and I found a little bit of it left over right there, so I'm just going to plop that there above the top part of those. So I chose this background paper from this collection because I knew that all of that beautiful border that kind of comes up from the bottom would be a great anchor point for my photo. And I tend to not like my photos floating on a layout. Once in a while I'll let that go, but for the most part I like to anchor them with something. And so I was using the background to anchor the photo, as well as to create more beautiful foliage, butterflies and stuff. Most of the butterflies I think I end up covering up, so they're not even a big deal. And I just wanted, for the most part, just to get this photo on here. It's kind of off towards the right hand side. I'm also gonna put one of these stickers on here from this pet sticker roll from this collection. If you do not have this collection yet and you are going to order it, and if you have a friend who is going to order it, I really suggest that you share the pet tape. One of you buy one of them and the other one of you buy the other one and split them. There is a lot of it on there. I do feel like this is going to be generic enough that I can use it with other Katie Petite collections from 49 Market, but that's just something I wanted to warn you about. Not really a complaint, it's just a lot of product, and I shared mine with 2 friends. So that way I won't be stuck with it forever and a day. So I went ahead and I die cut everything that I was going to die cut off camera. This is a Tim Holtz Sizzix Thinlet set. I have not used it before, and it didn't cut as well as I expected. So you can see I have little divots left in there. When I shut the camera off to glue things down, I use my pokey tool to pull those out, but I really had a hard time cutting with those. I don't know if it's, do you have to break dies in? I don't know. So I am going to ink up these some assemblage required wood veneer pieces. I'm using the same inks that I used to ink up my die cuts, just to add a little bit more depth to the die cuts and just kind of get a little bit of color on the wood veneer. I didn't want to saturate the wood veneer with color. If I had wanted to do that, I would have either chosen paint or a different ink to do this. I just wanted to add some color because for this layout, I really enjoyed the wood veneer color, but I liked the fact that I was able to mute it a little bit with ink. I am going to wipe off my mat a little bit because, again, left-handed, I tend to drag my left arm into stuff when I'm moving around, and I don't want ink all over my arms. At least that ink washes off easily. I've gotten ink on my arms and hands before that it took a couple of days to get off. I'm going to layer up this part, or this die, on the left hand side with the 2 colors. The one on the right hand side, I only cut one, so I'm only going to be layering it up with the wood veneer. This layout does go together relatively quickly, which is very nice. Okay, so the title has been sitting out on my desk from a previous 49 Market collection, probably a Katie Petite collection. I have quite a few of hers. I actually don't know which collection it came from. I think it fell out of the chipboard pieces that I was playing with on a layout. I don't know, it's been a month or more ago, and it's just been sitting there off to the side. I was hoping that I'd eventually pull out the pack that it came out of again, and maybe I'd be able to put it away. That never happened, so it's going on this layout. I have it located currently on the left-hand side underneath the photo. I am actually going to move it up onto the rub-ons when I glue everything down and use those rub-ons kind of as a cluster base or an anchoring point for that title. My journaling will also go underneath the title here, and that you won't be able to see until you look at the close-ups of my layout at the end of the video because I hadn't typed it out yet. And I was kind of in a hurry today trying to get this done because I am running behind. All right, I got this layout completely done. The only thing I really have left to do is I'm going to hand type some journaling, and I'm going to put it right here on strips. And I haven't done that yet, but other than that, everything's done. That will show up in my close-ups at the end of the video so that you can see what that looks like. I want to thank you for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe to my channel. If you're new here, I would love to have you as a new subscriber. I do respond to comments on my videos, so if you have a question or a comment about anything that I've done here or used, just drop it below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I try to get out 3 or 4 videos per week so that there's always new content on my channel. But if you subscribe and click on the notifications bell, then YouTube will notify you when I put something up. Make sure that you check out that playlist below so that you can watch all of my tribe members' wonderful creative videos. Also, check out Linda's Instagram and YouTube channel as well. She is a great friend and she is an amazing creator. So if you are new to her channel, I would highly recommend that you subscribe to her as well. You guys have a great Sunday. Happy Easter. Bye.